Okay, just that everybody knows, since we are also transmitting this webinar live. Hi, my name is Cristina Bercea. I am a scuba instructor, and I want to welcome you at this webinar dedicated to the scuba diving opportunities in COVID-19 pandemic. First of all, I want to share with you that I discovered this amazing sport back in 2009, thanks to Adrian, that he is here online with us. And I have been diving ever since. Adrian Bercea is, first of all, my husband. He's a PADI Master Instructor and SSI Assistant Instructor Trainer. Together, through BDODS Diving School and our team, we like to share our passion for scuba diving, and we like to help people discover a new world, the underwater world. We have experience in organizing scuba diving courses from beginner to instructor level. We also organize diving trips in Egypt, Greece, Turkey. And I have to admit that most of our clients become our friends. BDODS Diving School was the first PADI 5-star diving center in Romania, and since the beginning of this year, we are also SSI Dive Center. SSI means Scuba Schools International, and since 1970, SSI has been designing state-of-art education programs. In fact, SSI was first to become a digital-based training agency in 2006, offering a new service portal for SSI divers and members called My SSI. Becoming also SSI Dive Center was a very good decision because it offered us and our divers a great online support with digital courses, efficient digital logbook, e-cards, maps, and a lot of online diving instruments. This year, SSI has its 50th anniversary, and I'm pleased to introduce you the special guest of this webinar, the regional manager of Scuba Schools International and instructor trainer, Gheorghe Molnar. Hello.
Okay. Hi.
Thank you for accepting our invitation. It's an honor to have you here online with us.
Thank you to invite. It was really a pleasure for me, and it's very kind of you. And I'm sorry, I still have to improve by being, let's say, as I was titled, regional manager. My Romanian, so I think so. The limit is for me. What I always try to flash is the cefaj, and at the end, I for sure will flash something like La Revedere.
Well, it's
but good. Definitely I'm improving, because I used to go sometimes for running instructor certification parts, so definitely I'm catching up some phrases, and what as I used to call all my Romanian is, I think so, limited to the something I was learned. Don't ask me why, but I learned like a little text, which one was, I might say, in a hospitality business might be good for our diving business at present time, when we suffer because of the COVID, which one sounds something like "Poftiți ce doriți, cartofi prăjiți, poftiți la masă, tăică-ți dus de acasă," or something like this. Maybe it's not 100% accurate, but I try my best. Thank you for having me here. I don't think so there's too much to left out because I was introduced so deeply. Yes, I'm working with SSI since the 2000. Before I was also in a PADI organization, and the simple reason of the change, it was nothing else, and not because I was not happy with the previous organization, simply just because business-wise SSI is helping more for a professional side. Of course, on the end-user side, the final result is always the same. We teach to blow people bubbles under the water, and hopefully they will enjoy it and they stay in this nice recreational sport.
Okay, can you please share with us the SSI general vision and principles?
Of course, but as I told you, you already mentioned that the main changes was since 2014 that SSI went digitally totally. And now this year, when we get stuck because of this COVID thing, it's get very useful. And because of it, this year we get a real huge demand for for people whoever looking for some diving or diving related activity or diving activity to join SSI on both sides, even the student sides, because we have a complete range. I mean, really everything, not just the key courses, but all the last specialties. So whenever, because all our materials are digital and digital only, and if you want to have a paper or the hard copy version, it's extra, or you are just print for yourself if you want to. So because of this, it was very useful. This year in SSI, we was working so hard to support. If you remember, first half of the year, we was having this Science of Diving promotion, where we'll just give out around 3 million euros of retail value student material. And we try to support our business partners, our instructors, and also try to get busy even this non-diving time for the divers, also to get a little bit more involved. We are focusing also, like you do now, the Zoom webinars or webinar jam webinars, or messenger meetings, or even the Google is now released the Meet, or the Microsoft Teams. So whatever you want to use, feel free to use. And in SSI, we adjust everything for it. I mean, we even adjust our standards to make it possible to run the complete academic part via digital. And also we are integrated all the key courses. At the beginning, just the main courses, but now we are even released for all specialty courses as well. Even the final exam can be done digitally. So at the end, when let's say it's now safe to meet, then we just meet, do the paperwork, and we just can jump on the practical part of the course. So now for us, is the main vision is to stay digital and to be ahead in the industry. So it's definitely SSI has one of a kind, and I don't want to just shine ourselves, but at present time, as I know, nobody else in the industry has this type of state-of-the-art digital material for divers as we do. Of course, this is just the basic. Of course, we have even the digital dive log with all the digital places. We are even have which one should release this year, but of course, because of lack of the divers and the dive travel limitations, it's not start up as we were expected, but it's still in the background, which one we call the dive guide. It's some sort of, let's say, a key, like a Google, like just for divers surface, where you just pop in. It's on, at present time, it's on the divessi.com website as a submenu, but in the future we plan to release it separately. And for example, you want to dive with sharks, you just put sharks in March, and it will shows up for you all the information about sharks, where you can dive with sharks in March, what type of sharks, which area, and so on and so on. So if you have a chance, go play. Even if you are non-SSI divers, you are free to join. It's not cost anything. Just register yourself, do the online course. Even you can even register your digital your cards as a digital version, non-SSI cards as well into the system, just as a small tweak. So if you feel that, yes, but I'm not gonna get the same service, actually you will get pretty the same. Of course, accept the SSI part. And if you want to join in, or you just want to get familiar before you are decided that your next course you should do in SSI, there are some free course materials are already available with a free registration. So you even don't have to pay for it. Just to get familiar with how the system works, how it looks like. Of course, it's not just web-based, it's also the application-based with the My SSI app.
Okay, so what do you think the divers are willing to do in this period, since it's starting to get cold, and for example in Romania the pools are closed? Did you notice that they are starting to prefer some online courses that can be done only digital, or preparing for the next season?
Yes, there are in our region, in Hungarian territory. I saw that so many of our business partners start to do some non-diving related specialty courses. Like, for example, if you chase on a website, there is a opportunity to for example complete the equipment specialty course with the certain conditions. Feel free to check out on the website. Also, we are dropped drastically for our crossover fees. and also can be run very, very, let's say, hardly digital only. And as I told you, because we are integrated all the final exams into the digital system, because of it, actually really, except of the diving part, you can do everything digitally. It can be done via Zoom. I might say we was thinking even for a certain period to integrate it in our system, but was useless. We rather, because we are a diving agency, not a web chat agency, so we rather leave it for the big ones, like for Zoom, like for Messenger, like for all others, and we rather focus on developing materials and helping our business partners at this rough time.
Okay, since you were talking about materials, the open water material is also translated in Romanian. Do you have any further plans to translate the other materials for the other classes?
Actually, I think so. Even nitrox should be in Romanian. And yes, I tell you honestly, and I think so with Adrian, we discussed it, that we are open. Simple reason, I can do the Hungarian translation because actually I'm Russian, so I can do Russian translation, but Romanian, I show you everything what I know about Romanian language, and shame on me, but definitely we need some help. So as you saw, we are always hardly working. The website is continuously updating, and we are always integrating more and more Romanian. I think so. If you go now to the divessi.com, it should also pop up some Romanian parts. But definitely we work on it for the future. Of course, one of we usually just simply look at which one hard now this year, because now this year figures are just nightmare. But definitely we always look through the figures, and we find out what material should be translated next, business-wise. So, but definitely if somebody says that I want to do a certain specialty in Romanian and I have free capacity, we can provide the translation file and to help this. And later on, how we compensate about this, we usually discuss in separate private meetings.
Okay, since you mentioned earlier about the equipment specialist course, can you tell us a little bit about the relation between SSI and Mars regarding the equipment, the special promotions for the divers?
Yes, because of pandemic, we try to somehow we saw even on equipment side, even by the equipment sales are dropping. It's not a secret. The owner of SSI, it's actually not Mars, as everybody is mistaking. The owner of the SSI is a head group, and Mars and SSI and Zox and even head tennis, rocket sport. I mean, head swimming, head swim and run, and all those are subsidiaries for head group. So they are, let's say, equal companies in the company network or in the company structure. Yes, there are some relations, like, for example, if you looked already in your Dive Center login surface, you might saw that, for example, Mars is supporting very hardly our pro members, and there is always, it's called Renewal Plus, and every year we give something with the all new renewal instructors to get some sort of part of the equipment for really low price. I mean, really low price. And for this one, you have to sign a contract that you're not selling it for the next 2 years and so on, because they are so low that everybody is trying to getting it, and after selling it, which one is useless. So I don't know if I might share with you the secret, but this year we have the quad computer, the SSI Pro Edition. So those are always dedicated, unique products. Of course, they are made by Mars, but they are stamped with the SSI Pro logo on it everywhere. So before we had the smart computer, before we had the Quattro, mask, fins, and snorkel, everywhere was stamped SSI Pro Edition. So we are separated them from the current running products. This is a two-way, of course. One is to support our pro members to get the best possible equipment from our brand line or our family brand line, and in the meantime, it's again a small, let's say, since we are the role models for our divers, if we show them that this is the right equipment, then students can also select from them something like from that line or from that range, or of course Mars is expecting to have that from that brand, but it's never related. So before somebody gets scared that, oh my God, I have to sell Mars, no, you don't. It's an option, it's an opportunity, it's up to you. You join it or not. So even if you feel that it's bother you in the login surface, there is an option, no, I don't want to see this anymore, and you're not going to get any information regarding the special deals from Mars. So because we are a European-based company, SSI is located in Wendelstein, and Mars is in Italy. So we are taking very seriously all the GDPR and all those stuff like this. So you are in control of all the information, what you are sharing and what you are getting. So you just have to go in your privacy settings in your SSI account, and you select what you want to receive, what you want to share with a simple on-off option.
Okay, Georgi, please tell me a little bit more about the crossover program, maybe some steps, because I am an instructor in PADI, and I'm also interested in becoming an instructor in SSI.
Then I hope you already registered yourself for the special offer, because from 1st of September until 15th of October, however, I just now see, probably because of the, we have now some server migration, it's still available. So I highly recommend whoever want to join in, go jump in, because for a limited time, we dropped our crossover fee from 500 euro plus VAT to 149 plus 60 plus VAT. Go there, it's on the website. You might maybe just can jump in later on and share with your screen and show for everybody. There is a two-step procedure. In case if you are already owning or have a My SSI account, then you just log in and then you fill out your instructor credits, and then you are getting right away the material and everything. You still don't have to pay. So this is, again, if somebody afraid, go, feel free, register yourself, get the material, get familiar with it. You just have to pay only at the end. So again, you are actually get the wide range of the SSI products, including the instructor material and everything. And you just have to pay at the end before you will get certified. So whoever want to try it, I highly recommend you. In case if you're not gonna certified latest by next year, I think so end of March, then your instructor related and all those extra materials will be removed from your account, and you will have just a basic My SSI account, just like anybody else who is now registering. If you don't have now the My SSI account, you have to do a two-step. First, you have to register your My SSI account, then go to this We Need You site, and by clicking there, log in and fill out all your instructor credits. So, pretty it. If you are coming from the RSTC agency, it's very easy, because you will be easily to find if it's a CMAS or PADI or any of those agencies. And they are, in SSI, we are always crossing over to the same level. So whatever level you are owning at your current training agency, we will make sure that you will have all the specialties free of charge, which one are usually like 120 euro per specialty instructor course. We are just give out as a gift for all those who decided to cross over. When you cross over, however, it's clearly described on the website, but I highly recommend you first do your homework, because this special priced crossover is available only if you do your homework. And by this, what I means, you have to read the manual, you have to fill out the end of the chapters, the knowledge reviews, and you have to fill out the final exam. And when it's done, then any of the trainers or assistant instructor trainers, as Adrian, can take care of you for your crossover. So it's definitely a very good opportunity, a very low price, a very eye-catching price. And by the way, you are also getting a complete renewal fee. It's also included until end of the next year. So it means if you decided now to do the crossover, it's after all the homework, it's actually additional 2 days, 1 day for academic part and 1 day for some in-water session. Because you are coming from already a training agency, you are already an instructor, we don't want to teach you how to teach. Because you are already in an RSTC training agency, you know how to teach, we just show you actually during the 2 days the difference between SSI and your existing training agency.
Okay, one last question, Georgi. What about future plans, and maybe can you have like a sneak peek regarding promotions for holiday season?
So for holiday season, I don't know, it's hard to say now because, you know, all those, as they say, waves and hittings, and the holiday is always related where we can travel. So far, we don't travel anywhere, just locally. Actually, what I saw, first of all, our thicker wetsuits are selling now better, because previously everybody flew to Egypt, so everybody bought a 3mm shorty. Now they are going to the local lakes or caves and so on. So now we are pretty good on selling 7mm dry suits and semi-dry suits. By the way, there is a dry suit specialty course in case if you want to learn how to dive in local colder lakes. So definitely go to your local SSI dive center, get in touch with them, like for example in this case with Adrian or with you, and find out what you can do locally. The whole travel things is, of course, you might thinking which one again we pushed a little bit away, so I cannot confirm this really strongly, but SSI acquired also liverboard.com. If you have some chance, go look what they are doing. And they are actually, the liverboard.com, as it's clearly described, those are mainly for the safari boats, and they are the filling out the empty spots. So let's say some sort of like the Airbnb for the divers or safari boats, where with the dive center connections, you can join one spot. If you, for example, you as a dive center don't have a travel there, or in case if you want to book a complete charter. So, but this is again will be meshed up later on somewhere in the future with all our dive guide surface, which one very related to the old information what we are getting from the logbooks, the digital logbooks and all the information. Because at present time in the digital logbooks, you just not fill up the information that where you dove, what depth, what was the bottom time, but also you can select that what was the wildlife, and this wildlife information is actually goes to the central database, which one getting the information on the dive guide side. So there are, of course, some weaker spots, but there are some busy spots. For example, we have some dive sites with the 27,000 dives, and those are the information which one are pretty accurate. So on the dive spot, if there is already mentioned that in March and April there are whale sharks, then of course, since they are not glued there, but let's say sort of like 80 to 90% sure you might spot next year in April and May again some whale sharks, just to show you some additional information regarding this.
Okay, thank you very much, Georgi, for all that you shared with us. It was a pleasure to have you here today with us.
Thank you.
Since you talked a little bit about the liverboards and the whale sharks and that amazing underwater world, I want to share with you that one of our divers, our friend Konstantin Slave, it's right now in Egypt. He's on a liverboard trip.
I'm jealous.
He really wanted to join us online today, but unfortunately the internet, as you know, in Egypt is not very good. But
they are carried by camels, so it's okay. Or as they used to say, shwaya, shwaya.
At least we want to say hello to him and wish him all the best, and we wish we could be there with him. I want to say that this was the first of a series of webinars that we plan to organize in order to connect and develop the diving community in our region. And we'd like to answer to all the needs and questions of our divers. So please write us down through email or through Facebook what themes of interest do you think it would be good to avoid to discuss in the webinars. And first of all, I want to thank you for joining us online today. And I wish you that you all have an amazing day. And hopefully you will see together underwater as soon as possible.
I hope to.
Thank you again. Have a nice day.
Bye.